Today we're going to be tying the purple sparkle shrimp. Stop your thread base a third of the way down the shank and advance it halfway back up. Trim the tag end. Now take your eyes and hold them parallel to the hook shank before pulling them tight and allowing the eyes to kick sideways. Now make wraps going across in one direction followed by the neck. Then make your figure 8 wraps going over the eye and under the shank. Now you can center tie in your flashabou by wrapping it around the thread and then tying it in. Watch out for hook points. They're always a thread breaker. It happens to everybody. But once you get it squared away, you're going to continue to advance your thread, capturing the flash down towards the bend of the hook. Trim your flash to the desired length. Now take a clump of purple craft fur and you're going to pinch both ends and pull the underbody fluff out. Then measure the length you want and then hold it tight to the shank, making one loose wrap to capture it all and then pull it tight. Now you can advance your thread wraps forward. Now we're going to trim the craft fur so when you advance your thread behind the eyes, the craft fur will tie in directly behind them. Now you can continue to advance your thread. You want to make sure to cover the cut ends. Now center tie in your orange rubber legs halfway down the shank. Then continue to bring your thread down to the tie-in point of the craft fur. I found holding the shrimp eyes with your pointer finger separating the two eyes while orientating them seems to be the best way that works for me. Now once I got them tied into place loosely, I'll trim the end, that way I can orientate them a little bit better and play with them until I have them where I want them. Once I have them exactly where I want them, I grab them again with my pointer finger separating them and capture them with the thread. Then I advance the thread back down the shank to the tie-in point. Now I'll take a piece of hackle and tie in the tip. I'll bring the bobbin forward to where I want to stop, making connecting wraps with the hackle. Now you can start making connecting wraps with the hackle. You can either use hackle pliers or your fingertips, whichever works best for you. Now tie in the hackle. Trim the tag end. Then make a few more wraps to make sure everything's locked in place. I like to expose the cord in the center of the chenille by peeling away the flash. This creates a less bulky tie-in point. Now hold the cord up against the shank and tie it in place, advancing your thread forward to just behind the eyes. If you forget to apply head cement or UV cure to the thread wraps around your eyes, this is the last chance to do that without getting the cactus chenille covered with it. Once that's squared away, you can grab the chenille and start making connecting wraps up the shank. Try to get that last wrap of chenille as tight behind the eyes as you can. Then tie in the chenille. Once it's tied in, trim the tag end off. Take a moment to trim up around the eyes as well. Make a couple thread wraps in front of the eyes. Now grab your mono material and start to tie it in. For once, you can use the coil memory and the fishing line to your advantage in the way it sweeps down. Build up a small head over the tie-in point of the mono. Then take your scissors and trim it to length. Now you can whip finish and cut the thread. Run your brush over the fly quickly. Now apply some UV Cure or head cement to your thread wraps, holding your mono and whip finish. Hit it with your light, allowing it to cure thoroughly.